Hi, welcome back my Flora Garden Escape channel. Happy to have you guys here. If you're new here, welcome. So today we're gonna go out here to the garden and take a look and check everything out to see how everything did, as it did drop below 30 degrees last night, so it was really cold. So hopefully everything withheld. So we're walking out here to check everything out and bringing y'all along with me. We're first going to check out the greenhouse, see how it's looking. Hopefully it stayed pretty warm in there for the plants, and hopefully they didn't get affected by the cold. But let's go ahead and check everything out. Go ahead and leave a like and subscribe down below and hit that bell if you haven't already, so that way you don't miss out on our new videos. So let's go ahead and get everything checked out. Alright, so we are in the greenhouse. I'm kind of shutting the doors behind me so that way the warmth stays in here and it doesn't escape. I'm going to go ahead and flip you guys around and show you the current temperatures we have in our greenhouse. 60 degrees at 74% humidity, so we're definitely wet in here. Definitely moist. I definitely need to figure out how to get that humidity level down, because too much humidity will cause mildew on the plants. So it's definitely not good to have high humidity when it comes to your plants. If you're in Florida, sadly, we already have high humidity, so we have a lot of issues with the powdery mildew and things like that. But so far looks like these guys stayed good and clear. They're not showing any damages of the cold, which is awesome. Everything pretty much stood out and hung out here, which is amazing. And our light here stayed on all night, so it definitely probably helped it stay nice and cool in here. We did do some harvesting yesterday. I'll go ahead and show you guys what we harvested yesterday for you now. But we did get a lot harvested, as you guys can see, from all our herbs to everything like that. But everything in here looks good. Doesn't look like it took any damages. We're going to go ahead and walk out here. It is expected to drop down to 32 degrees tonight. So we'll probably leave the blankets and everything close to the plants, so that way we can just cover them up really quick tonight. But let's go ahead and check out the big garden. So we keep the blankets and that during the times when they're not needed in the greenhouse, so that way they're easy accessible and they're close by. I'm gonna go ahead, since it's starting to warm up, I want them to get some sun rays and things like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and check on everything, make sure there isn't any frost damage. So let's go ahead and check everything out. So as you guys can see, there's blankets, things like that. We really covered everything we didn't want to die off yet. Some things I did test my luck to see how well it would do. Come to my surprise, a lot is still standing here in the greenhouse. I mean, not the greenhouse, but here in the garden. I'm not too worried about those morning glories right there. As you guys can probably see, they're definitely drooping down. I kind of did want them to die off, as I have another plant that I want to put in that trellis, but I want to first fix it. So those got to die off in order for me to do all that. So I'm looking forward to that as well. But let's now go ahead and take a look here. Ooh, yowks. So these guys did not do good. And the crazy thing is, these guys didn't do good, but these guys did, and these guys weren't even covered. Like, they do have some frost damage, but not as bad as these guys do. That's bites, so we're gonna have to fix that. We're gonna leave the pillowcase off for now. Let them get some sun rays today. They'll get it here soon. Here's the next one. Yowzers, that one too. You can see the frost damage, and this is what the cold does. I mean, thankfully we have some of these already in the greenhouse, so we're not too really concerned. Now this one did not take a big bite of damage. He still looks really leafy and green, which is awesome. Let's go ahead and check this one out. This one took some damage, I think, just because I put it in it. I think I should have just laid it on top like I did this one. Let's come over here and take a look. And these guys look good. They don't look like they took a whole lot of damage, which is good. Let's take this off. Oh, looky there. No damage. That's good. Let's take this one off. Perfect. Everything's still attached. Looks great. I am not going to argue with that. And that is a thicker blanket too, so that does help. Now we're going to go ahead and take these off. As you guys can see, Red Acre, Red Russian, they're still standing. They're going to stand as they can tolerate the cold compared to some of these other plants. Now, from what I'm seeing here, these guys, this one did okay. I probably need to double up the sheet, but this guy took a bit of a hit. As you can see, his leaves are kind of see-through almost, as you can see there. But we can prevent any more damage. Along with this one too, he's got some really wet leaves. So I think with doubling up that sheet, that'll help that. Alright, let's take a look at this one. This is our tomato plant, and it's fine, untouched. We have to stake this guy up so that way he's going to get stronger and better. Here is our other tomato plant. He did take a hit. We got to fix him up too. I didn't plan on those being there. They're kind of wild tomatoes. So Dino Kale looks good. Didn't take any damages, which is nice. Not as much as I thought these would, but these did good too. So those are always a plus sign. Now, this is going to be our rosemary. I'm really hoping it's fine. Look at there. It is. It is totally fine. Not hurt, not damaged anyway, just by where the pillowcase was. And this one too. Awesome. Perfect. I was so worried about my rosemary because rosemary can't handle the low temperatures. So I'm really glad they're doing good. Awesome. Perfect. These guys are untouched. They survived the cold. Now what I'll have to do tonight is I'll have to come out here and recover them back up. But I'm uncovering them so that way they get that sunlight and they can warm up some. That one's good. And these here are habaneros, but they are looking good. Now it's these guys that I was really concerned about because these are my big ones. Come off for mama. Alright. And that's covering a marigold, but we're not too concerned with it. Look at that. Still intact. A little bit of damage here and there, but nothing too bad. Everything else looks good. That makes me happy. This one too. No really heavy damages except for a few leaves, but nothing extraordinary. This is another habanero. Or not another habanero. This is a sweet pepper. This one's doing good as well. Alright. Another one here. This is another one of our sweet peppers. And these are our carnival sweet peppers. As you can see, you got different colors going on. But not too much damage though, which is good. They're going to enjoy that sunlight today. And you got to be careful with taking the sheets off in that, especially if the limbs are hooked in it, because they'll get all tangled up in that. Now these ones probably didn't take too much of a hit. Hold on guys. This blanket is not coming off as easy as I'd like for it to. There we go. Now on these ones you'll notice a lot of leaves were taken off. That was only due to the hornworms that we had. Oh, looks like we've lost the limb. Yep. But through this limb, we do have a bell pepper, so we'll take that inside too. But everything else looks good on it. Looks like it did take some damages from the cold, but hopefully not too extraordinary. Hopefully it'll come back. Alright, Now these are going to be our eggplants, and we're going to go ahead and take these off and see how these are looking. Much beautiful, good. Awesome, so far so good. There we are. So not a whole lot of damages, which is good. That's a plus. And as you guys can see, we got quite a few here, and they are very big. Alright, and there's those. And now these guys. No plant left behind, except for these little guys. So apparently didn't take an effect at all. They say the ceilings are so vulnerable, but yet my ceilings don't appear to be that vulnerable. They've been out in 32-degree weather, so they seem to be hanging in there. But we didn't get a lot of damages on the eggplant, which is good. Red okra is looking good. We got our celery, which we do need to trim up and do a treatment of for powdery mildew. But everything looks good through here on this side, which is awesome. Except for these few plants, but like I said, we're not really worried about them. We have more in the greenhouse. That's why we have plants in there, so that way we have things all season long. As you guys seen, you can grow all season long if you have a greenhouse, and you can control the environment, the heat, the levels, and things like that. So these guys did pretty good. Don't look like they took any damages, except a few here and there, but for the most part they look good. They're going to enjoy that sun today. Now let's go ahead and take a look at this one. This one looks good, not a whole lot of damages. Our cane and lily is still standing, which is awesome. I'm super happy about that. It looks like it did take a little bit of damage, but not too much. Here are our morning glories. These will probably die off since temperatures are going to drop again tonight, so we probably won't have any more of these after this cold front. These took a little bit of damage. I can already tell the way they're drooping. They're so moist and things like that, so they definitely took that frost damage. And like I said, guys, I'm not too concerned with losing any, especially the peppers and that. We do have tons in our greenhouse, so I'm not too concerned with losing any. I just want to keep the production of them, so that way we can get a full harvest out of them, because we've already gotten a lot from them. We've been using the peppers like constantly. And here is this one. This one looks good a little bit. He took a major hit. Doesn't look too happy. So hopefully that sun will perk them up today. They'll like the sun. It's already like 51 right now, so it's warming up. Now under here is the one that I wanted to keep, but looks like it did take a hit too. Just not as bad as the other one, because we still have those blooms in there. So I think we're going to go ahead and uncover these guys and let them get that sun today. And then we'll just recover them back up before it's nighttime. So everything looks good. Everything pretty much survived. It didn't die, which was the main goal for us here, to make sure we didn't lose everything. It's still a little too cold to transplant. Just due to those temperatures changing. So we're not going to be doing any transplanting. Oh, I nearly forgot to uncover my petunias. Good thing we were walking past it. Let's take a look. Petunias are still good. Looky there, guys. Still greener and fuller than ever. Beautiful. And they're the white ones. Of course, the flowers look like they've had a round or two, but they're still green. So up here at the side of the house, we have our gladius. I'm going to flip you guys around to show you so that way you can take a look. So we used to have marigolds here, but they have died off, so we're not too concerned with it. But underneath this is my gladius, and I'm going to go ahead and just leave this off of him so that way they can get the sun. But it did survive. Our Canaan lily over there did not take that cold too well. It probably won't take the next cold we're going to get either. So I'll probably drape it with a blanket so I can save the rhizomes and go ahead and get those rhizomes into root bound, so that, not root bound, but root bear, so that way I can have them again next year instead of having them regrow. Now here's our other Canaan lilies we have on this side. I did go ahead and cover them up. I did not want them to get damaged in any way because they are our new Canaan lilies. They are our new seedlings. We still have some marigolds, but not a whole lot. We have to re-weed this area and figure out what we're going to plant here now, as marigold season is over and it is too cold for them. This here is our Gerber daisy. It's had better days. We need to do some trimming up to it, clean it up some, and that'll take care of that. I did want to go ahead and bring you out here to our banana trees to show you how I did a setup of keeping it warm, other than throwing a blanket over, because it actually worked. The banana tree didn't have any damages shown to it. Looks like it did stay in, and it's nice and warm compared to the other one. It just had a sheet on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip you guys around to show you the security I put for this banana tree. So here you do have a mini portable greenhouse. My old man brought this home for me to use. I went ahead and assembled it together just without the shelf and used it to cover the banana tree. Now once it got more later in the day, I threw this thick blanket over it so that way it'll help keep it warm and toasty in there and keep it out of the damaging winds. Now on this one, I just had the pillowcase laying over it, and it still got damages from that freeze. So this worked out a whole lot better than this did. If I could have more of these, I definitely would. But this is just what I did for the freezing time, and then once we get back to warming up, I can take it off and put it somewhere so that way I can reuse it again. But we've uncovered everything. Everything else is looking good. That's so far being tolerant. I'm really happy that a lot survived it and didn't die off like I thought it would, which makes me even 10 times happier. It sucks that some of our morning glories are dying, but at the same time we have a better spot and a new kind of flower we're going to be putting in here, so that's the plus side. But that is our reveal of our plants for our frost. Well, not frost, but our freeze that we went through. Now we just gotta let it warm up, and then later this evening we'll cover them back up before it gets too cold, because it's in effect until after tonight. So it's supposed to start warming up tomorrow, be a little warmer, and I'll be able to put the sheets back up and they'll be able to enjoy the climates as they are, which is nice. Thankfully we have our ups and downs here in Florida, the zone B's. So but that was it, guys. I just wanted to bring you along with our reveal of our plants, see how everything did. Don't forget to check out our latest video of touring our garden in full view. But that is going to be it, my Florida Garden Escape channel. I want to go ahead and thank y'all for staying tuned, staying with the channel. And until next time, guys, deuces.